Welcome to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a fantastic weekend. It was Evie and my 29th anniversary yesterday. Evie and I made soup. That's it. And by soup, of course, I mean we made soup. Watched a movie. Hey, you know who didn't have a good weekend? Russian president and guy working the telethon who's deathly afraid of phones. Vladimir Putin. Friday was Putin's 70th birthday, and Ukraine gave him a really special gift. They blew up the bridge connecting Russia to Crimea. Boom! Hey, make a wish and blow it out, Vlad. This is really personal for Putin. He took this very personally because after illegally annexing Crimea in 2014, he personally ordered the construction of this $3.7 billion bridge and opened it himself, dubbing it the Bridge of Dreams. Just like that movie. Remember this famous scene?
If you build it, they will
blow it up.
This bridge is also... Wait, who is that talking? Who is that? I've never seen that movie. I hear good things. Bridge is also an enormous strategic asset because it's the only direct road and rail route from mainland Russia to Crimea, and without it, the Russian military will be severely limited in its ability to bring fuel, equipment, and ammunition to Russian units. Hey, Russian troops, good luck getting your single rusty rifle and a basket of sharpened turnips now. It's especially... I don't even know. One is more like that. It's especially embarrassing because the Kremlin has long bragged about the bridge's invincibility because it was guarded by fighter jets, divers, and this is true, fighting dolphins. Or as Russia calls them, the Marine Corps. You know their slogan, the few, the proud, the Unfortunately, thank you very much. That's my Unfortunately for Russia, the bridge was taken down by a truck bomb, which somehow evaded Russia's crack squad of dolphin truckers. Now, in response, Putin launched a series of terrorist missile attacks against Ukrainian civilian targets, but it could have been worse because, and I want everyone to breathe, stay calm while I say this, Putin has nukes. In fact, Thursday night, Biden warned that we presently face the most serious prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis. That is scary. Joe better get those nuclear codes back from Mar-a-Lago. Toot sweet. Some were... Is that where they are? Is that where they are? It's not reassuring that last week the Department of Health and Human Services spent $290 million on a drug to treat radiation sickness, which they claim is coincidental. Yeah, it sounds so coincidental. It's like saying, yeah, a lot of beefy men in the neighborhood have disappeared with no trace. Anyway, who wants meat pies? I have a suspicious amount. Nuclear war. I know it's a dark joke. It's a very dark joke, but these are the times we live in. Nuclear war isn't the only thing on Biden's mind. The next day, he went to Maryland to give a speech about the economy. Here's how that went.
Let me start off with two words. Made in America.
I have two words for you. What the I'm not... And now, ladies and gentlemen, I regret to inform you that once again, it is time to talk about rapper and also Reynolds rapper, Kanye West. For years, West has been slowly descending into MAGA madness. And this weekend, after years of silence on Twitter, he returned to the app and tweeted death threats at Jewish people in general. Then, mid-tweet, seeming to sense the blowback, tried to rationalize his terrible anti-Semitism by rebutting, the funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Ah, yes. The classic excuse of, I can't be anti-Semitic, some of my best friends are Jewish, and some of my best friends are me, and me have something interesting ideas about Jew. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Steve, Kanye's been acting erratically for a while. This vile act of anti-Semitism is something anyone with a brain could see coming, which is why so many on the right chose not to see this coming, including the GOP House Judiciary Committee, which last week, after Ye wore a T-shirt that said White Lives Matter, tweeted, Kanye, Elon, the former president. What is 3 people I would trap in a porta potty and roll it downhill? Broken. It wasn't just GOP congresspeople who embraced Ye. It was also the leader of the party, Tucker Carlson. Last week, had Ye on for an interview to talk about how it feels to be a persecuted MAGA Republican.
It drove me crazy to not be able to say that I like Trump. Because think about it, it's me. Imagine me not being able to say what I wanted.
Okay, hold it. Let me imagine it. Ooh, I got chills. Everything feels so good. I'm sorry, what'd you say? Nothing? But no one had Ye's back more than the Weekend Fox and Friends, who said this after, I want to point out, after Kanye had tweeted death threats at all Jewish people.
Well, there's no question that Kanye or Ye was going to have to be taken down after what happened in the Tucker Carlson interview, after wearing that shirt. The target's over him.
Correct. It's just totally unsurprising. You could see it coming from a mile away. This guy will be the target of big tech because he's too dangerous and too outspoken and too much of a free thinker.
Yes, a free thinker. Only someone completely free of thought would call this a shoe. But later in that very same show, the friendly friends, Fox and Friends, finally decided to read about the thing they were complaining about on TV. And let's say, I hope they didn't pull a hammy backpedaling this fast.
Unfortunate. I mean, there's no...
Pretty ugly.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
And, but we talked about it earlier without knowing about these tweets and saying, of course, they're going to put a target after what he said with Tucker. There's going to be a target on him, no doubt. Yeah. But in this particular case, I mean, he brought the target.
Kanye is your free thinker. You threw a pity party and invited the guy who always poops in the punch bowl. Now you gotta drink it. L'chaim. There was also a strange story over the weekend featuring Pennsylvania Senate candidate and strip club patron who's clearly forgotten the girls are paid to talk to him, Dr. Oz. Last week at a fundraiser, Oz's campaign had a messaging issue when he delivered a speech in front of Adolf Hitler's car. That is horrible, but it does explain his campaign slogan, Oz for a new Germany. I mean New Jersey. I mean Pennsylvania. Go Eagles, but not the Hitler one. The event... Why would you do that? The event occurred at the home of Hitler's car, the Lion Air Museum in Southern California. Okay, couple of problems. First, Hitler. Second, Air Museum? Cars don't fly. Unless it was the star of the ill-fated children's movie, Nazi Nazi Bang Bang. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson and comedian Paul Mercurio. But when we come back, meanwhile...